Well, hello, friends at Pacific Beach Presbyterian Church. This is our weekly update. Time just to fill you in on some of the things going on, which this week we have quite a bit of things that we're working on to prepare for the future. One is that our PNC, our Pastor Nominating Committee, is meeting again tonight to go over assignments, to put the mission information form together so we can get that to Louisville and start getting some candidates to interview. So that'll be going on tonight, which is a very important part of the life of the church. And I sure hope that by the time this person comes, that the pandemic and maybe some other things in our country will have settled out so that there is more solidification, more energy going into the ministry and so forth. So anyway, we're working hard on that, and your committee is working very hard on that. The other thing that we're working hard on is the reopening task force. There was a meeting last night, and there is no date, just want to reiterate that, no date as of yet that when we are going to open. However, there has been significant steps made on how it is that when we open, what are we going to do? How's it going to look? How are we going to prepare for the safety of everybody in the congregation? How we're going to make it, fun to be in the sanctuary and worshiping God together with this hanging over our head. So we want to make it safe, a pleasant place. So we've got a lot of things to just hammer out to make it all work together. So one thing is that we keep working on the guidelines. That's the one thing. And we are going to announce at least 2 weeks ahead of time when we're going to open up. We don't know if that'll be all the way to the fall or sometime before that, depending on how the numbers in our county and in the country start looking like. So we don't know yet. Again, if you don't feel comfortable coming to church when we do reopen, we are not going to stop the video taping of the service. We're going to maybe look into live streaming so that on that Sunday at 10 o'clock, just turn on your internet on your computer, go to the right place, and you will see a live streaming of the service. So if you don't feel comfortable, please take that as an option for you. The other thing that the task force wanted you to know is that this is going to be very different. We shouldn't have any illusions, you might say, coming back in and that everything's going to be the same. We'll be wearing face masks. We'll have everybody will have sanitizer ready to put on their hands. Passing the peace is going to look a little different. We're not going to be hugging each other, and at least for a while. And we'll work out some things on that we might be able to do that could be just a little fun, So anyway, those are the things that are going on in the task force. Now, the other thing that Grant and I, who's the head of the task force, talked about was reopening the office. The office is not as susceptible to this because of the distancing in the office itself. So we had a talk with the staff, Lisa, Grant, and I had a talk, and we feel that it's possible to be able to open the office around July 7th, after the July 4th weekend. Now, that's not in concrete yet. Still want to talk to some people, especially the session, find out what they're thinking about it. But it would mean that Lisa would be in the office all day, and Grant and I would come in when it was necessary. We don't want to crowd things. And also, if there were meetings of like 3, 4, maybe even 5 people, we can make those meetings happen over in Founders Hall, do the social distancing, the masks, all of that, and feel very comfortable in doing that. So we're planning on kind of reopening and revamping all of that, getting some guidelines down. So that's what we want to do, is think through that, and we'll let you know next week, most likely, on what's going on. And then Lisa's hours. Again, this is not truly set in concrete. There's going to be some twists and turns in this, I would imagine. Lisa is now going to be helping with the class in the Zoom meeting, muting people, putting people on, asking them to come into the meeting. So that will be her job, and it's going to take about an hour ahead of time to get that all prepared, an hour for the meeting, and then she's just going to be around on Sunday. If anybody wants information, they can come in on Sunday and see her. So she's going to switch some hours here. And I think it works better for all of us, the church, and I know it works better for me and our needs in the office. So we will let you know about that as well as it gets closer to that time. This Sunday is the beginning of our adult class. And we will be talking about the parable of the sower, which is an interesting little parable. It's the parable of all parables. It's the beginning parable. It's the one that talks about the meaning of parables. So it is quite a fascinating little parable, and we'll talk about that after the sermon at 11 o'clock. But we're going to have a Zoom meeting again. So at 11 o'clock, find your email. It comes from the church, from Lisa or from PB Press, and we will just press on the meeting, and we'll get you in. We'll see how it goes. It may be a little rough the first day. We may cut you off. I don't know. So we're going to do our best. So then the last thing I want to talk about is we have been working on this for so long. It takes so long to get money from companies or from banks, and our Presbyterian loan company. It just took a long time, but finally it's done. They approved the loan for the HVAC unit up on the office building and sanctuary, that whole building there, plus solar panels. And again, just to let you know, we feel that it is going to take maybe 5 years, something like that, to recoup all of the money back and sort of start making money in a sense. We're going to be breaking even right up front. So In other words, it's going to cost us the same to do all of this, our monthly bill, as it was not to do it, because of the savings on the solar. So it shouldn't cost us any more. We're hoping that this is going to be the best thing for our environment and for a long-lasting kind of piece of the pie, you might say, on our economic stability at the church. So the last thing I want to mention is we've been noticing on the service that the sanctuary is sort of not flashy. It needs flowers. So if anybody would like to call Lisa and say, hey, I want to donate some flowers for this Sunday, we can put them there, make a nice bouquet, and not have the plastic flowers in the background. You know, so if you want to spruce up the sanctuary and make it look a little bit more floral, why, you know, call Lisa and make that happen. Anything we can do to try to normalize or to make things look a little bit more attractive would be just fantastic. Well, that's all I have for this week. I'm seeing more of you all the time as we're doing more Zoom meetings, and it's good to see all of you. We continue to do our services in the sanctuary. We will continue that. And I just wish all of you a great weekend. Stay well, stay healthy, stay safe, and may God be with you. Amen.